When a man goes to a restaurant with his wife, the guard stops them and says to the woman, "You can't go inside dressed like this." The wife angrily says, "Why can't I go inside? My appearance is perfectly fine." Then the husband says to the guard, "Please check. We have a reservation." The guard quickly checks and says, "Yes, you do have a reservation, but your wife still can't enter dressed like this." The wife gets angry and says, "Watch your language." The guard replies, "Madam, our restaurant has a reputation. We can't ruin it." Then the husband goes inside and brings the manager out. He says, "The guard is speaking very rudely to my wife." The manager comes outside, checks the reservation, and says to the guard, "You shouldn't have spoken to them like that. They are friends of our boss." Then the manager says to both of them, "Please come inside." As soon as they sit down, the waitress says sarcastically, "Looking at Madam, it doesn't seem like she can afford this place." The husband angrily says, "Watch your tongue." But the waitress laughs and says, "I'm just protecting this restaurant's image." The wife gets angry, walks to the manager and says, "Your staff is terrible. The waitress is insulting me too." Then the manager goes to the waitress and angrily says, "Take their order quickly. The new owner is coming soon. I don't want him to see these people here." The manager apologizes to them on behalf of the waitress and leaves, but the waitress still doesn't stop and again starts making comments about the woman's appearance before walking away. Then the husband thinks, now it's time to teach them a lesson. He calls the manager and says, "I'll be there in a little while." The manager has no idea that the boss she's talking to is the same man sitting there with his wife. Then the manager tells the waitress, "The boss is about to arrive. Get rid of them quickly." The waitress says, "Please leave. Our boss is coming." The wife replies, "We will leave only after eating our food." The manager comes and says, "Right now, we are politely asking you to leave." The husband says, "We are not leaving." Then the manager calls the guard and says, "Throw them out." The husband starts laughing, takes out his phone, calls the manager and says, "I am the boss." Everyone becomes shocked after hearing this. The boss says, "Your problem is that you judge people's status by their clothes." The guard says, "We were only following orders." The manager and waitress immediately start apologizing. The husband angrily says, "People who judge others by their clothes have no place in my restaurant." The manager and waitress apologize again, but this time the boss doesn't listen and says, "You three are fired." Then all three of them leave from there. After that, the boss says to his wife, "Sorry, I didn't know the staff would talk to you in this way." The wife smiles and says, "Today, they learned that respect comes from humanity, not clothes." Share your opinion in the comment box. What would you do if someone insulted your partner because of their clothes? Share this video as much as possible so that more and more people can give their opinion.